In this video, we are going to be learning how to construct triangles when given three sides. I think this is the easiest one to do. Once you're given the three sides of a triangle, so we have to construct triangle ABC such that line AB is 8 cm, BC 7 cm, and AC is 5 cm. And I prefer to have the longest side as the horizontal or the base of the triangle, right? So we are going to measure out 8 cm. That is the longest side. But before we start constructing triangles, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to draw a rough sketch of how this triangle is going to look like. So we start from the base AB, right, which is 8 cm, and then we have that BC, so B to a point C should be 7 cm. So, and then AC is 5 cm. So this is the 7, this is the 5. This is how the triangle is going to look like. So we are now going to pattern it after this sketch. We now have the horizontal line AB, which is 8 cm. Make sure it's exactly 8 cm. You can see that measured out, right? Okay. So once you have that, you name it A, B. Then for line BC, B to wherever C is, you're going to measure out 7 cm. On your pair of compasses, right? You're going to measure out 7 cm. So I have it here. You're going to extend till we get to 7 cm. You see that, right? It's at exactly, did you see? Oh, my hand is blocking it. So you see it. We're going to measure out exactly 7 cm. So once you've measured that out, you are now going to place it at point B, because that is BC. You make an arc, right? So once you've made that arc, then AC is 5 cm. So A to wherever is going to meet at C, you now measure out 5. So I like to start from that ending point, and then I'm going to reduce this to get to this. Do you see that? Oh, let it clear up. Right? So you see the 5 cm, right? Good. So you're going to start from A because it's AC. Place the point at A, and then that point of intersection is your C. Sorry, it's interfering with what we are writing. So you're going to now draw a straight line from point B to that point C. This is it. Make sure you pass through the point of intersection, and your triangle is ready. The next thing you do is to label. So this point to that point of intersection. You're now going to label. So this is AB and this is C. AB was 8 cm. 8 cm, BC 7 cm, and AC 5 cm. And that's all. Okay, so for practice sake, let us have another triangle to construct. Let's say triangle PQR, for example. Let me just have a sketch. Let's say this was 4 cm, this was 5 cm, this was 6 cm. So this is PQR, for example. So you have to construct triangle PQR such that PQ is 4 cm, 4 cm, and then PQ, QR, QR, and QR is 5 cm, and line PR is 6 cm, for example. So we've already done the sketch, right? So the first thing we have to do is so let's construct according to this. You can as well start with the longest side being the base, but since this is our sketch, we just sketch before we start putting value, so it doesn't really matter. We are now going to draw a line. We are now going to mark out 4 cm. So when we draw the 4 cm line from this point to this point, so exactly 4 cm, then we call it PQ. So this is the importance of having a sketch. Then what we are now going to do is we are going to measure out for QR, right? 5, or even for PR, whichever one. So let me measure out for PR. Okay, this is exactly 5. So QR, we place it at Q, it's at 5. We make an arc. Then we are now going to measure out PR, 6 cm. We measure that 6 cm. You see that? Exactly 6 cm. Going to place it and then extend it to be at exactly 6 cm. Once you've done that, that is PR. You place the sharp point at P and then you make a mark. That point of intersection, don't know why I keep getting into my diagram, my questions. So that point of intersection that is here, you're going to join that point to this point, that point to this other point, and that is it, PQR. So this is 4 cm, you label 5 cm, and this is 6 cm. And this is just the reason why I love to have my longest side at the base. If this 6 was here, then this thing wouldn't have crossed this way, it wouldn't have taken up this much space. But the bottom line is that we've learned how to construct a triangle when given the 3 sides. It's one of the easiest things to do. I hope you learned. So go practice, 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 and you'll be able to do this always.